Greetings, Brent Long on life. I know this does not look like I am dressed appropriately for this video. I am not dressed appropriately for a professional business video of any kind, and I recognize that fact, and yet I hope and pray that it actually makes the point that I want to make. So, yes, I'm well aware that I am probably a little stinky, a little smelly. I've got a goofy hat on. I've got a sleeveless shirt on. I've been out on trails for the last several hours, trimming trails, cutting back the trails. There's been overhangs on the trails. It's just been hard to navigate those trails. You know, people coming out here to walk down these paths and to enjoy some peace and quiet, bump their heads on branches or twigs or limbs or thorn bushes. I got a couple scrapes and cuts on my hands. And, you know, I was out there for several hours just trimming back stuff and thinking, I wonder if the leaders in the marketplace are ever truly going to step up and clear the paths to make it easier for their people, the ones they say are on their teams, easier to navigate the paths that they should walk down in the marketplace. You know, I know, before you go too far, this does apply to all of us in all areas of life. There are paths that we are walking down, and sometimes we actually have to get a little dirty to do some of the dirty work to clear those paths out. I am thinking, especially right now, of salespeople who have a sales leader who continues to make it more and more and more difficult for the salespeople to have a clear path in front of them, to know how to navigate a relationship without a whole bunch of thorns and thickets and branches and twigs and other, you know, like weeds that are going to cause an irritation, like poison ivy and poison oak and all that just cleared out, right? So when you're looking at your prospecting funnel or you're looking at your sales strategy, are there paths in front of the salespeople that make it more difficult for them to navigate? And if so, where are the leaders who are truly going before them and putting on some work clothes and cleaning those paths out and making it easier for those salespeople to navigate? You know, this also applies to other aspects of life. Are there parents making it more difficult for their children than it really truly needs to be? Are there pastors and ministry leaders who are trying to make people jump through a whole bunch of hoops on the path to the expression of their faith? Are we making it more difficult for people, or are there still people who are willing to put on some work clothes, get a little bit dirty, walk on those paths, clean out those paths, trim those paths back, and make it easier for others to walk on? I don't know that any of this applies to you. I don't know that any of this will even make sense, but I guarantee you there's one person somewhere right now in the marketplace who is hearing this message and is saying, aha, I get it. He's been out working on his trails, cleaning and clearing the paths to make it easier for other people to walk on. This has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with Brent Long and Long on Life. It is actually what I believe God put on my heart to bring to a message. There was one many years ago who people said dressed weird and ate weird. And his focus was to make the paths more readily available to walk on to the one that he admired the most. If you want to know who that is, I'm willing to sit down and share, have a cup of coffee, whatever that looks like. I'm just saying, are we making it more difficult for us to get to our end destination by causing people to have to walk through thickets and thorns and other crap that needs to be cleared from the path? Sales, marketing, business, ministry, parenting, doesn't matter. If you're a leader, are you going before the others and making it easier for them? Or are you going to let them hack through the thicket on their own because you really don't care? All you're looking for is that end result. You don't care how they get there. Something to think about. God bless. Good selling.